Hey guys and girls and Flipper the Dolphin. Today is May 24th and we're back here with some Kirby's Dreamland 3, I guess. Oh gosh, I can only hear part of the music, but it's because these headphones have like a really weird short in them and they're my only pair of good headphones. They're also like big. They're not quite like those like huge headphones because like they don't have like the big ears like that actually come outward and have like a sort of velvety cushion on them, but still they're like ginormous, like, you know, work headphones. They're nothing that I would like wear walking down the street while I'm listening to my music or something. Anyway, yeah, if I like kind of collect the cable and just like have it all laid out flat on a table and like at the right angle and everything, I can hear everything perfectly. But they, you know, sometimes they have a weird short in them and I can just hear like Yeah, I don't think I mentioned this last time, but I love how this level has this kind of blue and white, and it's this very kind of Greek, like Mediterranean design. And it reminds me of what they did with like Mario 64 and Wet Dry World, where they have this kind of Atlantis-esque background. They like take a picture of like some Middle Eastern city and then they make it look like it's underwater. They make it look like the sky is like shining through the surface of the ocean or something. I don't know. I love Wet Dry World. It's not a model of the human brain. Whoever made that up is like stupid. Every copy of Mario 64 is personalized. That's the stupidest. I was expecting to be like impressed by like people actually making up something smart. Like, you know, like Ben Drowned was actually kind of smart, even though it's nothing near like a professional creepypasta like Pets Cop. Or I don't even think you would call Pets Cop a creepypasta. It's too like professional, it's too well done. But then there's Ben Drowned, which is like somebody actually put a lot of work into that. And then there's every copy of Mario 64 is personalized, which is the most disappointing rabbit hole I've ever gone down. It wasn't even much of a rabbit hole. It was like, oh, there was a thing with Wario, and there was a build of Mario 64 in 1995, and if you had that one, it was haunted. And you know how Wet Dry World always makes you feel sad? And I was like, no. I mean, it makes me feel sad when those like guys with the like metal thing flip you up and you go flying and you don't want to go flying. But like, no, Wet Dry World has never made me feel sad. The hell are you talking about? Anyway, Batamon for 1 second. Anyway, it's a hidden door. It's pretty easy. Yeah. What else was I going to talk about today? I don't know. It's May 24th. I'm almost done with senior year of college. So like my classes ended a while ago, but my commencement is still in another couple weeks. And so the rest of my life is kind of a big question mark for now. But like, I don't know. I still have Helium Lemon, man. You know? This guy is Captain Stitch. He's annoying, but like, whatever. So yeah, with Helium Lemon, like, I have so many games that I want to do, and like, I feel like, I don't know, I want to do like almost every game that I have and that I love, but like, I can't reasonably do that. But you know, I just want to take, you know, my fans on a guided tour through a lot of games that I love. And I kind of told myself a few months ago, I was like, you know what would be a nice like pandemic project, to just do like all the Kirby games. Not like all of them, but like I kind of think of, you know, like almost like a tetralogy, like Adventure, Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, 64. And Death right here. So just, I already did Adventure in like 2016. It was so bad. But like now I'm doing Dreamland 2, Dreamland 3, 64, and I think I'm already pretty committed to doing 64 right after this, because I did this with right after Dreamland 2 without really thinking or gathering my thoughts, which I don't exactly recommend, but like it's been fine. But like just I got this idea for like Year of Weird. And like that's gonna be a big commitment, and like I'm gonna have to take breaks from that, obviously, and I'm not gonna get to do everything I want to do in 1 year, obviously, because I have a life. So, although I might not have a life after I graduate, we'll see. Anyway, Mother and Baby Frog were reunited, and at that level we had Kine in it, and that Kine is a fish, so we had a fish and a frog. And that reminds me of that one chapter of Alice in Wonderland. Because I love Alice in Wonderland, I love the imagery. Here we're going back to 3-3, and I really like how those levels have the same music. It's this song, the boo do 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 do, and I really like this song a lot. It's so cool, and like you want to put it on and just like jam. Like while you're doing homework, it's such a jam. Bob the Shark, hello. Blipper. Oh wait, Blipper? Is it Blipper? Or is Blipper the fish? Blipper might be the fish, so I forget what these like anemone thing are called. But yeah, the shark is Bob, which any shark is less scary when it's called Bob. Like if like the shark in the movie Jaws, like if it was just called Bob, then the movie would be over. If Jaws were set in the north of England, then the whole film would be Alistair, don't go in the Alistair, don't go in the ocean. Okay. And then it would be a scene of the shark saying, "Hey, come on guys, come on out. It's really great. I'm lonely." And then the guy would be like, "Oh, you're one of those guys who uses an umbrella." I was like, "Yeah." Because I care about my hair. "Who do you think you are, Elton John?" Anyway, I can do a few British accents. I'm kind of rusty though. I could do a Ringo Starr. Ringo is cool. It's just kind of like, hello. I wrote a song and called it Octopus's Garden. And, yeah, well, you know, I play drums for the band, and, I don't know. it's really stupid, but that's my Ringo Starr. Mr. Dink and Ringo Starr. Douglas. I love Vinny's obsession with Mr. Dink. It's so great. Douglas, our flesh degrades, but the love of a dog is eternal. That's why it's good that you have pork chop. I freaking love, I've been watching some of Vinny's like sort of AI related streams. Like he did like text to image and image to MIDI and doodle to image and AI generated humans. So like this person does not exist, and this cat does not exist, and this waifu does not exist, and this rental does not exist, and GAN breeder, and all this stupid stuff. But like my favorite was the deep doodle, where he would draw and then like the algorithm would like try to make like a picture of a human out of it. It was so creepy, but it was so great at the same time. It's always like perfect when Vinny does something like that. Like the first stuff that I ever watched Vinny do was like a little bit of Space Funeral and a little bit of Hylux. And speaking of which, that's the kind of stuff that I want to do for Year of Weird. And it seems like everybody who's a fan of like Off or Yume Nikki or, you know, whatever, is also a fan of, you know, Off, Yume Nikki, Lisa the Painful, Undertale probably, Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass, I said Space Funeral, Suits, I don't even know what else, all those RPG games, Hylix probably. And I guess it's either because of Nitro Rad or just because there's like a set group of people who are just really devoted to like cult classic RPGs. Maybe Mad Father as well, but like that's less of a RPG. Well, Yume Nikki is barely an RPG. Like it doesn't have RPG combat, so is it really an RPG? I just got Hylix, by the way. I mean, I bought it a few weeks ago. You know, it's only $3, but the second game, Hylix 2, is actually like more like a regular, like it's actually like $15 or $20. And that's because Hylix 2 actually looks gorgeous, and it actually has like some platforming and a bigger world. But like, yeah, I can't make heads of tails out of Hylix. Like, it's like you get to like the first area and there are enemies that are like way too tough for you to fight. And then you die, and then you go to the afterlife. And then you can upgrade your hit points with any meat that you found. And then you go back and it's like, well, your hit points are still at 1. And I haven't figured out an easy way to heal myself. I guess one guy has like a bathtub, so that's probably it. I also noticed that the boss icon like starts flashing when you can fight it again after having all the heart stars, so that is a cool way that the game actually indicates, hey, do this boss again. I hate Acro. I really want to love Acro because I want to love the idea of an underwater boss, and I love orcas. I love his design. His design is really cool looking. But like, one, Acro is just orca backwards, and that's stupid, and it pisses me off. 2, look at how much trouble I'm having even with Kine, the underwater party member. Like, swimming is easier now, and it's still hard. 3, he's only the boss of level 2. 4, look at how slow those stars are when I spit them out. Like, he's already going to be in a different place. 5, I got lucky that time, but that was like my 4th attempt. Also, listen to this sound design. Like, there's like an ocean wave kind of sound effect. There's like a shh. It's really interesting. Anyway, it makes it more dramatic. And then you get a warp star. And level 2 is purified. Not to make an off reference, but there you go. And so I'll see you soon. Bye, I guess.